Hello there everyone, this is Mark3 and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Project, where we are going to proceed with step number 2 in the plan of multi-world domination and assimilation. We are not the Borg, because the Borg are not painted buttercup yellow, but other than that we are the same. Till all are one. No wait, that's Transformers. Never mind, right. I just figured I'd start off by showing you exactly what I meant by plant fuel. I mean, look how fast it burns. It's like a little bit. And fuel power gen is only 560 kilowatts as well. It's like really, really weak. That's why I was over by the coal plant, by the way, just like getting a full refuel sourced out ready. So when I burn this demonstration plants, I will be able to get started. Oh, really, this is like 15 minutes plus after the last time, because I was trying to put together some of the parts I'd need for this particular video, like extra forges and things like that, and it's like, heck with this for a lark, because it is going really slowly when Icarus has to smelt everything down. It's like, it's such a pain to try and do it. And I need more assembler. I need at least one more assembler. And there's also almost a minute worth of crafting there already, so... labour! Right, come on, let's go ahead. Oh, I also upgraded these storages, by the way, so... These things have 3 inputs and 3 outputs to readily store large amounts of material, as you can see here. Oh, I do need more copper, actually. Let's take 3 stacks. And I'll access the iron from fairly far away. You don't have to be right next to it, you can get fair distance. But I'll also pick up, like, I think 4 stacks worth of that. That'll do. Because hopefully we're going to be dumping this ore quite soon. Or burning through it, or stuff like that. But anyway, let's get started. I need to get some production rolling just to show you guys what happens. So, first on the agenda today, smelting. I've got 12 smelters. Good to go. I'm actually slightly unhappy here because one of the odd things about this being a ball is that there's these bits here where the grid snapping suddenly shifts if you build along the vertical axis. So it's like, if you want to build long stretching lines uninterrupted and even, build them horizontally. Around the longitude of the planet rather than the latitude. I think that's the right way around. Look, I don't use those two words very much, but it's a good thing to try and remember longitude and latitude when you're trying to deal with ball-shaped areas. And I'm going to build a refinery. I think here is a good spot. Let's just pick up that stone. Waste not, want not. Now, interesting little note is with the first set of conveyors, you can actually run 6 of them off a single belt's maximum throughput. I don't quite have enough because the other thing is I actually need 2 different products out of my iron supply to start out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that there.
We built a smelter,
there,
which can smelt basic materials, such as iron ingots and copper ingots automatically. While you want to make the raw materials and products get in and out of it autonomously, you need to use sorters and conveyor belts.
1. Yeah, you can place it next to each other, but conveyors, good thing to remember is they actually place directly on the grid lines. So that space for a conveyor to pass through, if it was closer there would not be, but that's not actually what I want. Let's dismantle this. To build it really dense like this, I am going to build it like a robot. 1, 2, 3. And then a gap of 1. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And this is my 2 industrial points at the moment. I also don't have enough of these. Let's build some more of these. Just go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. And I'll start setting these up. So I need to go in and tell it I want you to do that. It won't actually load stuff until I set it in automation. And then the other thing I need is this, which
After
is
selecting
magnets.
the recipe, you can use the less than key to copy the recipe, and the greater than key to paste the next building that needs to set the same recipe.
And now you start to see why I've done some of the things I did. Admittedly, it'll take my boss a little bit to actually sort this out, but I'm fine with that. At least you don't have to wait for me to actually produce all the parts, which is kind of what I was going for. But yes, I will also do the greater than, less than. So less that, copy, ding, ding, ding. Yep, then copy, ding, ding, ding. There you go. Nice, quick, and easy. Something this game does kind of need, though, is Factorio's blueprinting system. That would be a great thing to have, though admittedly it would be kind of tricky because of this entire grid along a sphere thing that it's got going on as well, so I don't know. Regardless, let's go ahead and... Oops. That's easy to do if you're working on a higher belt. I'm already running out of belts, darn it. Right. Drop it back down. Connect. Connect. 5. Connect 5. And then this one will be the input line. Bop. So there we go. As you can see, it's already starting up quite nicely. And then I'll do the same. There's also like no easy tunnels like in Factorio. Instead, you've got to work with elevations only. And I hope at some point they're going to add in like supporting struts, because right now elevated conveyors like this, they don't have any visible points supporting them. So I find that slightly immersion breaking, but it's not too bad. If they're like this, it's understandable, but if you build really long belts that on higher levels, it's like, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, moving on. I might need more belts. Yeah, let's make another batch of belts, at least for now. No, that 50 seconds to build that, and then we'll compare it when we don't have to actually smelt everything. There we go. I also, of course, generated extra power supply parts. Sorry, generated is not the right word. I didn't cheat these in. I actually did fabricate them. Actually, it wouldn't surprise me if there are console commands to load stuff in. I mean, that's a basic part of game development. But yeah, I don't have any console commands. Okay, I didn't cheat. I didn't cheat. Whether smokeless fire doesn't apply here. I didn't cheat this stuff in. There you go. You can trust me. You would trust this face, wouldn't you? Look at this face. It's very Halo-esque, I think, actually. It looks kind of like a suit, one of the Mjolnir suit things, at least a little bit. But I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Now that we've established beyond a doubt that I'm not guilty of cheating, let's go ahead and actually hook this up, because we've got enhanced power supply, we've got these. Did I build them? I did not. Whoops. Building one at a time just to get them out as fast as possible, but this belt is going to get everything in. Then this is, of course, my storage for products. I'm also building a local storage for raw materials. There was a note, I'll need more sorters to actually work a full belt's output, so these are like, they can support it, but I'm not installing enough to actually, you know, enough to actually fully drive these forges by themselves. Also, I think I'll need more of them as well. Go ahead. Right. Okay. Now I just need to power these things. So, power. I have power. I can go ahead and install them like here, here, and here. That covers it. And now it just needs the logistics part. So, off there, into there. Off there, into there. Off there, into there. Off there, into there. Gets a little bit awkward on the middle of it because can't collide them, can't have it in the same, so it has to be in a separate spot. But that's okay because you can put them off center like that. And there we go. We are manufacturing belts of sweet, sweet iron ingots. Yes. And this one over here is just to produce magnets. So I'll go ahead and start laying those in as well. However, you remember that test I mentioned? Just to show you guys it's kind of important. Yeah, so let's go ahead and grab some of these. Actually, I'm not sure that's enough. I'll quickly finish laying over here and then go ahead and show you. So one there, one there. Doot, doot, doot. I need more of these. But for the test is how long does it take us now that we've taken the first round of smelting out of the equation to make a set of 10 belts. Well, actually, I think it's 30 belts, actually. Let's check. Output times 3. So yeah, make 30 belts. It was 50 seconds before. Now it is 20 seconds. So just this single processing step has taken 3/5 of the time required to produce those belts directly, just by removing the ingot smelting stage. So, kinda significant. Very, very significant. Let's put that down to 3. Okay, that'll make the magnets. Of note, though, is the fact that this particular mine deposit can't supply all of that directly. So we are going to need more mines to get a full belt worth if we upgrade this thing to full. And there's the fact we also need to get that rolling as well, which means we need to separate it off this line here. Oh boy. Are we ready for this? Just go ahead and boost it up. Drop it down. Then it needs 3... It's a 5 length to actually get up a level. So I can do it like that. Then straight into there. And I'll pull this out and pop it like... let's pop it like there, shall we? That'll do. There we go, we got our first little set of plants for production going. And yeah, smelt that, produce the chips, off it goes. These intermediate steps are also something we should try and automate at whenever it's convenient, honestly. There we go. Just need to separate it off of this part. Remember what I mentioned earlier? Sorter onto here can help, and that'll start to do it. One of them's not powered because they need to be in a power field, so let's do that as well. Pop. And that'll split things fairly heavily. It's slightly biased towards the magnets, but actually I need to turn down the magnets because we don't need 3 stacks of magnets. Starting out, we don't need to really carry them, but it is something we need to be making while we're at it. Because we do need magnets for a whole bunch of stuff, actually. It's just we don't need anything like as many as we do the actual plates themselves. So, we got that started. That is now rolling. Hip hip hooray! Just let it keep on going as we head over here to our solitary deposit of... Actually, do I need any stone? I do not. Just checking. Our solitary copper deposit. Same deal here. Just going to set up a local refinery, which will be able to refine ideally, once fully fitted out, a belt of this stuff, but right now I don't have the parts to build a belt's worth. So I'm just going to build it like around here-ish. 2, 3. Now the thing is, this is close to the polar, so it might get a little bit weird. It didn't, okay, but yeah. Look at all of that, it all gets really circular around there. And admittedly there is some of the screenshots and things that have been circulated about this game is really nice. Like these big circles of stuff just dedicated up there. You know? Someday I'll get to do that. Oops, I'm actually out of plates. Put that away. Go back and get some more, which is over this way. Also, I should actually hook this up, so let's put in a new power pole, if I can. I want to keep this area clear to get extra copper mines in, but I'll put that there. Link it with the Tesla tower. And there we go, one unified power grid, and it is holding the load at the moment. So that is good. What I want is plating out of here, and look at that, it's already full. Glorious, glorious plating. In fact, since I can pull magnets out of here, let's pull that as well. I do not need to hold on to the iron ore anymore, so I can clear that out of my inventory. Hooray for efficiency! Let's just keep going. Though actually, there's something I might be able to do. I'll do it once I get copper smelting going, because it will actually require a whole bunch of copper plates as well. And that is, I can actually unlock my basic flight mode really soon. Let's go ahead and copy, paste, paste, paste. That's fine. Might as well do the same basic arrangements on here, so zoop. Up. Watch the thing there. Zoop. Down. Zoop. And pull it back out. In fact, no need to pull it out because this is just like a localized refinery. I was more careful with the other ones because there's like multiple iron deposits around there, so I want to hook those in eventually, but right now this thing is going to be okay. I'll just put the output storage like there. I'm going to need a bunch of them. Okay, and yeah, that's the kind of thing you need copper for, honestly. And because it's so close, I'm not going to bother with the local storage for materials either. Though again, I do need the extra belts, because of course I do. Ah, this is already going so much smoother, isn't it? Okay, enough wishy-washy dilly-dallying. Let's go ahead and build... Again, these need a bunch of those, and then that's the magnets needed for. The magnetic coils at the moment. It's a relatively minor component at this stage of the game, which is why I turned down the factory settings over there, but it's still something that needs to be worked with. This one is a basic plate, so I'll go ahead and put in plenty, and let's go ahead and like that, that. No, not on the factory, on the thing. There we go. And of course, space to install the last bank of refineries in there if I need to. What I need though is I'm going to need more power generation for all this, but it's actually better to use Tesla coils. Tesla coils? Tesla towers. I'm thinking Command and Conquer. The Tesla things, because first off they actually have a much smaller footprint, but secondly they also have a bigger power circle and, more importantly, a much bigger connection range than the wind turbines do. So wind turbines, yeah, it's good to have them because, you know, renewable energy. Got to be eco-friendly and all that before I strip mine the planet. But for long-range connections and local power supplies, Tesla towers is the way to go. I hope this game gets aliens that I can shoot at, but I don't know if it will or not. This is very peaceful at the moment. It would open the branch of military technology. How would you militarize a Dyson Sphere? I know you can't say strap jets onto it and ram it into the enemy's planet like you would in Total Annihilation, say, because that would be supremely wasteful. The ultimate middle finger to whoever you were attacking. It's like, hey, just stand there while I steamroller you by throwing a metal-clad star at you. And you'll be very happy for like 10 seconds and then start crying as the Dyson Sphere becomes unstable and collapses because of impact damage. So, you know, you can't have everything, unfortunately. I'm going to need more storages. Darn it. Of course I will. But I can do it relatively easily. I mean, the only other thing is I'm missing is these. Actually, I can set that up really quick. Smelting. Yeah, I thought so. That's a smelting. I also need to smelt stone into glass too. Wouldn't be too hard to set that up. You know, this is the episode where I'm setting up foundries and things, so I guess it fits. Oh, good. You sorted yourself out. Go, go, go. And of course, the problem is that notice I didn't actually set that red exclusion on the automation, so it's like I can't really install it. And I can't dump. I can dump 20 into these things, but I can't dump that much directly into the forges and things. So yeah, that's something to be aware of. Oh well. To be fair though, I didn't actually build a separate copper storage. Is there more copper nearby? Is there more copper nearby? There is not. So yeah, this is going to be my only copper sites for the time being. Oh well. I am seriously tempted to just go ahead and do that, but I kind of want to move on and get the next thing on my list, which is actually something. Yes, I know I marked me. That is very, very specific. What is this mysterious something? Well, the first thing I would say is actually get, at the very least, conveyor belt automation working, because, you know, it's we make a lot of them. And in fact, I make 2 assembly machines specifically for that. These things, by the way, are bigger than the machines so far. Those are 3x3s. These are 4x4s. And as such, they're a bit weird. Sorry, not 3x3s, 5x5s. As such, though, well, they are 4x4s. That's why you can build them really close to a conveyor like this. But the actual placement point for connecting to inserts and things is actually a 3x3. So these guys basically have the outer layer, which counts as an air gap as far as an insert is concerned. I'm calling them inserters. They're sorters are concerned. Sorry, that's another Factorio thing just bleeding over. So it's like, I can put it there. I need to put one gap there. It doesn't look like enough, but because of how you can place the sorters on these things, it is. So let's go ahead and do that. And there you go. A 2-block long sorter connection. And these things both need iron as well, which is why I built them up against the iron belt, just there. Okay. This one first produces the cogs, which is a straight production from iron bars. This one will produce the belts, which is metal plus gear. Now there is something important here though, and that's the fact that it makes 3 of these guys every time. Also insufficient power supply, darn it. So, again, back it off by 1. But it actually needs, in terms of sorting, more sorters. So I'm going to have to make some of those really quick. And then, you know what, I should probably queue these guys up as well. Get some power plants rolling. In fact, I should get some assemblies working too. Metal plus clogs plus, of course, circuit boards. We need circuit boards to be brought in to build a quick little factory to make that. Darn it. Oh, by the way, I am being very, very obsessive with getting short sorters. And that's because sorters have a transfer speed of per grid. So it's 1 item over the distance per grid. But as you can see, you can actually build long sorters if you're so inclined to. So you can build them fairly long. Just remember that they only travel at a certain speed though. So it's best to avoid actually, you know, building long sorters unless you have to. Though there are some better sorter types available as well, it's just they are not good at transporting much over distance. For that, you should find other options, at the very least conveyor belts. Also, I'm going to tell you I want you to make only like 3 stacks of those. There are better conveyors as well as better sorters, by the way. But yeah, that'll get that gets that going. Now the power supply. Power supply is problematic. Let's install more eco-friendly green super energy solutions. Yes. I wish they would sort out wind power on our own planet, but they keep finding flaws in the process. But, you know, they are developing it. It's a work in progress. But look at all this. Right. And yes, I do need more mines and things to fully feed things, though. That said, right now, this one is barely operating because I just don't need very many magnets. Actually, that's something I said I'd do after copper plating. Whoops. I need to make 60 of those. I should probably get started on that. It won't take me long though, because it's times 2 per craft. So look at that, just building straight, 30 seconds. The other thing I need is coal. I have enough left in my reactor core for this right now. Don't worry, I have enough energy left in my core to survive this, but let's go down here. We unlocked Mecha Core, but I never showed you these. We can boost our mech speed, we can boost how much inventory we can have, we can boost how many construction drones we can launch, we can boost how quickly we refuel, how much power we get from fuel. We can get drone engines, which make the construction drones fly faster. Quite useful. And then this one, Drive Engine Mark 1. 60 of those magnet coils and 150 coal. Then level 2 is over here, which unlocks a mecha sail. What? Then there's another drive engine. So it's like, I think this one lets me go interplanetary. This one's a better interplanetary, and then this one's an interstellar. I think. Yeah, mecha warp. I think that's right. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, this thing is going to take a little bit because it's like got fair amounts going on. But with this, we're almost out of things we can do personally. There's still a couple more, but they need materials that we just don't have available at the moment. And I think these are required to be personal because it's like literally developing within our mecha to start with. So, you know, it's there is a reason for it. Also, I should watch my fuel because my energy core is dropping down steadily. Good thing I got the upgrade, isn't it? That's good enough for refuel. Bop, 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 bop. There we go. Generator core is fully operational. Note though that coal is, if we've got research running, coal is not enough to keep that up and movement. Not quite. And as you can see, there's also like a cost for having thrusters up running as well. Look how quickly the thrusters drop it. Anyway, enough mucking around, let's keep on going. I was also stalling to let some more belts get built. So, we need the copper. The copper needs to come over here to let us do more interesting things with it. So let's go ahead and... actually, you know what? Maybe I'll come over here instead. Maybe I'll bring the iron and magnet supplies over here instead. Because this area's... actually, no, this area may have some mines and things. I don't need that much room. Yeah, let's do it over here. Let's do it over here. Right. Come on, Mark 3. Stop getting distracted. Stop being wishy-washy. Make your decision! And then follow through on it. Even better, learn how to do that in real life, you indecisive bugger. I've never been decisive in real life. Games are the only time I'm decisive, honestly. So, yeah, more for me. Right. Note, by the way, at the start, you can actually walk fast enough to stop your drones getting back to reload and pick up something new. So if you're doing stuff and they're chasing you, be polite. Let your little minions come and actually pick up the item they're trying to get from you. It'll let things keep going. Yeah, here we go. Mecha flight. You can now fly. Increase movement speed to 150%. So yeah, it burns fuel faster, but we can move faster.
You have received the ability to fly. Double-click the space key to lift off, and then use the arrow keys to control mecha movement. The moving speed will increase by 150%, with more energy consumed under flight mode. Pressing the Alt key can return the mecha to the ground during the flight.
So there you see, we can actually go ahead and go, whee! I'm a bird! Aha! And then we can just go ahead and land as well. So there we go, that's our first movement upgrade, and it is fairly significant. If it wasn't for the cost in core power supply, it would actually be kind of overpowered. But hey, moving on. I think let's go ahead and get 2 of these guys. I'm going to have to leave getting research started until next time, because we are past the half-hour mark, and we are about to embark on a new thing, which is production. And yes, I know, we I say new thing, we've done a little bit of basic production going here, but, you know, it's not that significant. It's just like a few basic parts, and I was bringing things over here to try and get a few more parts rolling. In fact, you know what, why don't I just do this? I'll need to pop it like there. Just for connection. I'll need another one. Because one thing that's been happening fairly often is like we need like power or Tesla towers or things. It's like, you know, it's okay. We are able to keep operating fairly well. But if I want to drastically increase how quickly I can make assemblies... Actually, do I want assemblies? Do I want Teslas? Do I want... Yeah. You know what, let's get assemblies first, because everything starts with them. In fact, maybe a centralized process of production would help with that. No, I'm trying to do this quote-unquote simple. Quote-unquote simple. You make the assemblies, which requires metal plates, gears, and circuit boards. This one makes the gears. This one makes the circuit boards. And we're going to have to get a little bit creative here. So, just lay that in. Going to get this one here, which ends there. And we're going to get one here, which ends there. And then we're actually going to... We need a storage for this as well, ideally, so I'm going to put that like there. Copper line is going to come down here. To merge with what is turning into actually a kind of bus line. But that's okay. I don't mind having a bit of a bus line going on. There we go. That's connected. I just need to also pull off here. And then I also need the loaders to run into here, then an unloader to work into there, and an unloader to work into there. And that will, slowly but surely, if I install this last sorter... Oh yeah, you see sometimes it's a bit awkward coming out of it. So it should be connecting over there, but it's not, so it's like, there's a spare belt piece there. But that is now producing assemblers, which will help things speed things up, but I don't want massive amounts, so I'm just going to tell it to limit to 1 stack, and I'll come back and pick them up sometimes. But yeah, enough. That's it. This has been iMark3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the show, and I'll catch you all some other time. See you all later.